Hi. Yesterday, I held my second workshop on how to keep your team accountable. And if you weren't there, I want to give you today a few tips on how to get started on managing your team in a way that is more effective. As you know, as a manager, you have two roles. You have to be a leader and inspire your team and help them come up with what their goals are. And also, as a manager, you have to deliver on results. So your team may be inspired, your team may be in a very good place, but sometimes you may have a few people that you're managing that are not delivering on what they have committed to. So what do you do in that case? Well, as a manager, it's very important that you set up clear expectations for your team. And I'm going to remind you today of an old tool that probably most people have been exposed to and know about, but people rarely use, which is the SMART setting goal technique. SMART stands for specific, measurable, relevant, and time-bound. And what it is important about it is that when you set up goals or things that your team needs to accomplish, if you observe all these pieces, hopefully you will provide enough direction to either get your team to where they need to be or have a tool to help them out when they are not getting there. So specific means that your goal has to be very, very, very clear. We have to be clear about saying what is it that we need and how we're going to accomplish it. Then it is important to measure. How are we going to measure that specific goal that you have? And so having a goal, for example, like I'm going to put dinner and the food is going to be great, it's not such a clear specific message as, for example, I will have 20 people come in, and when I ask them how was the food, we will get at least 18 people saying that the food was great. Right? So there is a difference with being very specific and measuring what the results will look like. When we say achievable, it means that we want goals that people can actually achieve. And a good way to go about it is to really think about, if you were super successful with your goal, what would be the maximum that your team could do? And if you weren't so successful, what could be the minimum that your team could do? And if you set a goal that is right in the middle between the best possible and the least you can do, then you have the right achievable kind of goal. Then it has to be relevant. It has to be relevant to the work you're doing. Many people can come up with goals that have nothing to do with what you're doing as a team. So it has to be in alignment with your mission, with your vision, with your company's focus. And last but not least, and very, very important, it has to be time bound. That means that you have to give your team a real deadline on when things need to be done. You can do deadlines to meet way of the project. You can do deadlines to finish part of the project or to complete different parts of the projects. There are many softwares out there. There are some that help you manage the time outline. You can start with a Gantt chart, or you can use other softwares that are out there. The important thing is that first you need to set up your base. And to set up your base, think about SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Don't forget to be smart about your goals.